radical, disruptive, incremental, whatever the nature of innovation is, once it hits the market, they can be placed on a simple bell curve, something that looks like this: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. But what was the journey of an innovation from being seed of an idea to becoming a commercially successful product generating millions of dollars in sale? Innovation are like great movies. It takes a lot of people and months of time behind the camera to make one. But you barely think how a movie was made while watching it. Innovation has a much tougher journey. Let's take a look. For the last 4 years, I've interacted with hundreds of startups and entrepreneurs who pick up a problem big enough and worth solving. They come up with great ideas. But great ideas and creativity are the least of the challenge in innovation. The real challenge is in coming up with a commercially successful prototype that can be produced at scale and can be sold at a price point that justifies the value it delivers. That's where the excitement ends and the struggle begins, what I call as the plateau of lousy execution, where people are struggling to bring their ideas to life. They eventually plummet into valley of death. But successful innovators are the ones who cross this. It's almost like they have a secret bridge. It's a secret all innovators in the past have crossed, all future innovators can learn and emulate from. Successful innovators don't work alone. They join hands with people who believe in what they believe. They collaborate. Some of the greatest innovations in the modern history, from Edison's light bulb to Steve Jobs' iPod, has been made possible through collaboration. Innovators take their peers, colleagues, sometimes even competition through this collaborative bridge in their pursuit of innovation. Historians list 22 inventors of light bulb before Edison. But how did he make it big? In 1881, soon after obtaining a patent, he started a factory with 45 men. They would blow out odd glass tubes to make 700 bulbs a day. That's a gross undersupply to meet the demand. He was close to plateau of lousy execution. That's where collaboration with Corning Glassworks happened. The same Corning that makes the Gorilla Glass in our smartphones today. For the next few years, Corning would produce what's called as the ribbon machine, which can produce up to 2,000 bulbs a minute. Compare this to the 700 they were making. If not for this collaboration, Thomas Edison would have been among one of the 23 inventors of light bulbs whose name we never knew. That's the beauty of collaboration in bringing ideas to life and making it a business. Organizations try to innovate all the time, but the challenge is collaboration. So lack of collaboration is not lack of innovation, but monumental screw-ups and mismanagement. Until recently, France had two entities running their railway. The RFF, which takes care of railway infrastructure and platforms, and SNCF, which runs trains on top of them. In 2009, SNCF ordered about 3 million worth new trains. Closer to the delivery, they realized the trains are too wide to fit the platform maintained by RFF. They had to spend another $70 million to trim down the stations. But the real price they paid was humiliation in international media, and this social media meme puts it very well. They had to scale down, right? So what happens if organizations don't collaborate is this: total screw-ups. Real innovators collaborate like their life depends on it. That's Henry and his colleague demonstrating bulletproof vest to the police department in 1923. If every business aims to innovate for their customer, then there is absolute merit in inviting your customers to be part of the innovation. Kennametal is makers of advanced materials and alloys. In my visit to their plant in Pennsylvania, a rather restricted area got my attention. Our host explained it's an R&D facility for their customer, the US Defense Department. US Defense Department commissions Kennametal to create armors and shields. Once Kennametal does it, the US Defense Department works to create much advanced bullets that can penetrate the shield. Thereby, they reset the entire cycle of innovation. So Kennametal starts all over again to create much advanced materials. The end result of this beautiful collaboration is a fortified defense department with really advanced bullets and shields. That's a beautiful example of a business-to-business collaboration where two organizations are coming together to create something. But how can you do it at scale? In the age of digital, that's actually possible. Wikipedia is a great example. After 244 years of existence, Britannica Encyclopedia had to shut down its print edition. Thanks to Wikipedia, an innovation made possible only through collaboration amongst its readers or customers. Compare this. Wikipedia has about 3.8 million articles as opposed to the 65,000 articles in Britannica Encyclopedia, which cost you about $1,400 and 65 kilos. Not so pocket friendly, is it? Some of the laws of collaborative innovation can be learned from biology and nature, not from management textbooks, not from smart arts, no complicated jargons, no regression analysis. Biology and nature. The term is mutualism, a symbiotic relationship where both the species benefit. In this case, the cowbirds in their migratory path don't build their own nest. They hitch a hike on the bison. While they're at it, they feed on the mites and insects and clears the bison of parasites. Both seem to be pretty happy about it. Biology and nature can teach us a lot more about solving complex problems through collaborative innovation. Termites, without any off-site meet, strategy presentations, or supervision, build mounds which has the right mixture of carbon dioxide and oxygen. It has different silos. It's yet to be discovered how they do it. But what we can learn is it's not built by a single termite. It's built through collaboration amongst hundreds and thousands of termites. Imagine if an organization where everyone works with a similar spirit as this. I wish. Another challenge businesses face is, how do I scale my business? I guess you know the answer already, but let me tell you the story of TED. That's a CD being demonstrated in the first ever TED in 1984. Back then, TED was a closed-door event for a selected few in Silicon Valley. How did it become ideas worth spreading? The first moment happened when TED videos would go online in 2006. In 3 years, it got about 1 million views. But the most pivotal moment happened to TED when TEDx was introduced in 2010. Independently organized TED events around the world through the power of collaborations with communities. In just 2 years, TED videos would receive its 1,000,000th view, and that's the moment it became ideas worth spreading, through collaboration with communities around the world. Another interesting outcome of creating a conducive environment for collaboration is creating some of the world's great valuable companies. For example, Apple and Google, two of the most valuable companies today. 10 years ago, the entire app development ecosystem did not exist. How did this happen? Just imagine, innovations like Uber and Airbnb are built on top of Google Maps and not on standalone GPS products like Garmin or TomTom that existed 10 years before Google Maps was commercially available. When you make a conducive environment for others to collaborate and innovate, even your business thrives. That's a favorite image of mine. It's from Google's annual developer conference. The conference is called as I/O, rightly called Innovation in the Open. Right? So they allow anyone to collaborate and innovate. It's impossible for any one organization to have all the skills and resources required to bring an idea to life. That's where collaboration comes in handy. Tesla, the company that's changing automobiles as we know it, was made possible through collaboration with Lotus and Panasonic. Lotus would provide them with the body or the glider, and Panasonic gives them the battery that powers the car. So an electric car made by Lotus and battery powered by Panasonic. So what is Tesla doing? Collaborating. First generation iPod, the product that changed Apple's course of history and revolutionized music, would almost not happen for the want of a hard drive that small, unless one of the engineers working on the project stumbled upon a hard drive created by Toshiba, who were a partner with Apple at that time. Over the next 9 months, they would readily assemble shelf parts like Sony battery and Texas Instrument chips. Once the hardware was taken care of, the iTunes software was made possible through an improvised version of SoundJam, a startup Apple had acquired. If Tesla and Apple can collaborate, I don't think we should make any exceptions in collaboration. When it comes to who we can partner with collaboration, we are only limited by our imagination. edX is a program made possible through collaboration among two fiercely competing universities, MIT and Harvard. It's a program that aims to give MIT and Harvard quality of education to anybody with an internet connection. How did this happen? Doesn't matter. What matters is identifying, discovering the purpose behind your innovation and joining hands with people who care about a similar purpose. Another challenge startups, really small startups and solo entrepreneurs face is the existing competition, the large players in the market. Collaboration seems to have an answer for that too. Leica Mobile and Matrix. How much telecom infrastructure or mobile network towers do they own? Zero. All they have is a collaborative business agreement with existing telecom operators. They buy network access in bulk and they sell it at their own price point. In fact, they have a term for their category. It's called as MVNO, Mobile Virtual Network Operator. So all they have is a collaborative business agreement. That's it. Everything else is virtual about them. If the reason behind your innovation is to make customers' life happy, increase customer delight, then consider collaborating with your peers. Thanks to aviation alliances, 2/3 of world flyers fly in one of the aviation alliances. Thanks to collaboration among telecom operators, you can use your cell phone anywhere in the world with roaming. Thanks to collaboration amongst banks and payment networks, you can access your money anywhere in the world. Now imagine any one bank having branches all over the world or one telecom operator being all over the world. The biggest challenge for collaboration is mindset. If we clearly know collaboration drives innovation, then why don't people collaborate? It's because we see it like an argument between a cricket fan and a football fan. Which sport is better? That's where we get it wrong. That's not how it works. It's more like Army and Navy. Both have different skill set, operate in a different environment, but at the time of combat, they have a coordinated strategy of attack, and that's how they win battles. Collaborate to innovate. Thank you so much.